Okay, we're doing a quick video walk around for this 1960 Volkswagen camper. This is for reference only. We currently have this bus for sale, consigning it for my brother-in-law. He's decided to move on and sell it. We pulled this bus out of a field in Victor, Idaho, almost a year ago now. And since we pulled it out of that field, if you watch the original video, you notice that the long wall right here has some pretty significant Bondo. He had that all ground out, had the body work done, had the just resurfaced the long wall. Let me just walk around and show you. If you look along this seam, you can actually see a little bit of some edging and stuff along this seam from the body work. There's some sand scratches right in here. This obviously was just kind of an attempt to match the original paint, and it wasn't an attempt to try to make this bus show quality. I'll walk around and just show you some issues that I can see. Obviously we have some cracking right here from some Bondo. If you look along the inside edge of the dog leg right there, there's some body filler, and on the inside edge you can actually feel where there is some Bondo going through some holes from like an early style slide hammer. As far as the outside of the dog leg, up here the seam's good. You get to the bottom, it's kind of wide. Again, once this right here was repaired, I think you could close that gap up. The floors, sneak it up under here. Floors are very solid. We'll just go around this bus. Sneak you to the inside here. As you can see, very dry, very straight. Inner frame, outriggers, jacking points, all that stuff, very dry. There are some holes around the vent from fiberglass scoops. There are also some minor runs at the edges of the vents from the single stage paint that was used. Coming around to this corner, this corner obviously has some body filler around the taillights. The taillights are not original. The taillights have been cut in, late model taillights. Just the body line on the rear hatch, it's a little tight on the left side, a little wide on the right side. The back package tray area has been rhino lined, but it's in good shape, it's solid. The engine is just a single port. It's not original. It's actually missing a lot of goodies in here. You know, I mean, the air cleaner is not secured properly. A few things that need to be done. The engine leaks oil. Runs pretty good, but it does leak. The only rust that I can find in this bus is in the back, in the battery tray, and you can see that there's a repair done back there where somebody screwed some sheet metal over a rusty spot. I'll get a shot of it right now from underneath. So here's the rust in the battery tray. I don't know how well you can see that, but we'll see how it looks on the video. The right rear corner, there's some surface rust right there from a dent that's been pushed out. Again, taillight's not correct. This side is Bondo free. I don't see any filler in it, but it does have a pretty good dent right in here that could easily popped out from the inside. Moving over to the passenger side of the bus, there is a little repair right here that was done, and it's probably going to be hard to catch this in the video, but there's actually a crease that comes down at about a 45-degree angle from the air vents, and some damage along this section here that would need to be worked. This lower hinge is loose. The doors do open and close nice, but as you can see, there's some movement right there in that hinge. Someone has attempted to take those screws out and they appear to be rusty, and they've kind of started to strip out the Phillips head there. But they do open and close nice, and the body lines are slightly off. Interior is pretty minimal. There's not much in here. If we move over here, you can see where that repair was made, and I just attempted to straighten the structure up. There was nothing replaced. You can see where things were pushed out and beat out to the best of their ability. And right here along the floor, you can see where the floor is bent slightly. Rust-wise, the floor is very clean. It's been rhino-lined. The bulkhead is very straight, uncut. Yeah, bulkhead's pretty nice. It's been repainted, obviously. Up top, it's got like some insulation glued in, and there's obviously adhesive marks here and there from where they had insulation glued in on the side as well. Again, as I mentioned, the gaps are a little off on the doors. I'll swing you around here underneath and you can look at the inner rocker on this side. Passenger dogleg appears to be in a lot better shape than the driver's side. I don't feel any repairs at all on that. The lines are also really nice on the passenger side. It's got a little dent right there that be easily pulled out. Very small amount of rust right here in the front floor. I just pulled some tape off and noticed that. Pretty rust free underneath. The tires on this bus are new. I don't know if they're really anything special, but they are new. Okay, passenger front door has some body filler up in this area that's been resprayed recently. Wing windows cracked. Move around in here, you can actually see where some holes have been tacked up, and that's where that body filler is on the outside. The bottoms of the doors on both sides are very rust free. A little bit of surface rust, but that's about it. Front floors have been rhino lined. I just showed you the bottom side where you can see a little bit of rust, but they're pretty solid. The dash is uncut and has the stock delete plate. The upper vent cover is there, and it has like an early style rear view mirror that just came on that plate. That's just one I had. It's missing some hardware up here for the routing for the fresh air. Need that replaced. There's some early springs, or early curtain springs inside here. As far as the camper windows, I believe that middle one looks like it's got a zip tie on it, so it might not be functional. I believe these other two are functional. And this side here, if I remember right, both of these are been replaced with plexiglass, and it has the crank for the back window, but the front window is missing the crank. Let's see, while I'm here on this side, I'm going to swing down here. Hopefully I can pick this up. But if you notice, the inside of the nose here, from about the middle of the headlight buckets or top of the headlight buckets down, has some damage. You can see where there's some body filler oozing in there, where they tried to use an old style slide hammer to pull that out. Now that nose would probably be best to replace the bottom 12 inches or so from about the middle of the buckets down. Move around to the other side and I'll show you that as well. Up here, Bottom of the window seals they're not rusty. A little bit of surface rust, but there's no rot. Down here, obviously, here's some of that Bondo that we were seeing on the inside, and it's pretty significant down towards the bottom of this V. But down here lower, the actual structure along that pinch weld is actually pretty straight, and so you probably need to do a patch panel that came in, you know, right in this area here, down maybe middle of the buckets, wherever those patch panels line up. Front bumpers, you know, salvageable. It's got a few dents and dings. Let's walk back around to this side. Kind of sneak in here. You can kind of see again, kind of some of that body filler oozing through there. Kick panels, door panels, all that stuff are missing. The door panels have been cut right here just a little bit, and there's some screw holes where there were speakers. And that's actually on both sides. There's that one as well. Everything back here looks good. Again, the bulkhead's uncut. Everything down here, nothing cut down in the snake pit. It is missing the spare tire. Drip rail in the roof. Just walk around real quick and show you the drip rail. Drip rails are very clean. They're not rusty, other than a little bit of surface rust, but there's like no dents, no rot. Drip rails are pretty clean all the way around. A little bit of filler right there, and maybe a small hole. But the overall condition of the drip rails pretty solid. Go up top here. And show you the top of the bus. The roof's pretty straight. Got some surface rust starting. Got a little dent right here. All in all, pretty straight bus, pretty presentable. Does have a few minor issues, but rust-wise, it is very rust-free and great restoration candidate. Any more questions or anything I missed, feel free to email me at cutsjeremy@yahoo.com. The ask price on this bus is $10,500.